Hello, I'm Shannon Mouton Gray, and welcome to our first Tips in 20 for 2016. Yay!
Woo!
So got to work on my production team. Anyway, here at McKinney Associates, we know it doesn't take a lot of time to help our friends, colleagues, neighbors, and frenemies do better and be better. Hence, we've come up with this great webinar series, Tips in 20. Our goal, again, is to help you help yourself. So let's get started. I want to quickly give a shout out to my production team who's keeping me on task, Ron and Bria, the intern. Hey, folks.
Hey.
With today's webinar, 7 lessons I learned from vacation, I'll share the 7 P's of life. And I don't mean the Jolly Green Giant kind of peas. These are P's as in pearls of wisdom. Our careers, families, hobbies, children's, friends, this, that, and the other thing, and so on and so on and so on. Our lives are a never-ending roller coaster ride of commitments, obligations, and have-to-dos. I hate the have-to-dos. Over the course of my 45 plus years, I've learned a thing or two about living a rewarding and happy life, and it's all in the P's of life: purpose, passion, preparation, planning, partners, priority, and patience. So let's get to going. Let me ask you this. Why do you go on vacation? Seriously, why do we spend the money, make arrangements, and alter our lives to go on vacations? Most of us probably think this is a pretty easy question, right? Well, not exactly. Knowing why you're going on vacation and what you're going to get out of it is as important as where you go and how you get there. Do you need to relax? Namaste. Are you going to a desert spa or an out-of-the-way retreat? Do you need to get your mind, body, and spirit aligned? Are you looking to challenge yourself? Will you hike the Appalachian Trail or visit the mountains of Machu Picchu? Do you want to push yourself to another level? Ooh, how about learning something new? Cooking authentic Italian cuisine, picking up a new language. Is it time for you to expand your mind and your personal and professional development? Really, think about your purpose, our purpose, the whys in our life. There's a reason we're heading down a particular path, whatever your path may be, and the purpose or the reason why we do, act, or say the things we do is important to know before, and it helps align our lives with our purpose. Yeah, I know everyone's laughing. Everyone remembers the movie. But let me say this, there is no shame in my game. I can admit it, I am a sun worshiper. Give me sand, sun, and blue water, and I am in 7th heaven. This is exactly how passionate I am about my beach trips. 3 months after my wedding, yes, that is my real wedding photo, my bestie and I went to Florida. And yes, that is a picture of me 3 months to the day I said I do to my honey. I left him to go to the beach. I told y'all, I don't play when it comes to my beach time. For me, it's the beach and actually ballroom dancing. Those are my passions. What are your passions? What is that thing that you dream about? What is it that keeps you up late into the midnight hour? What is it that wakes you up in the middle of the night? Whatever it is that brings a smile to your face and gets your spirit excited with anticipation, find it, hold on to it, live it, breathe it, do it. First of all, there will not be a geography test at the end of the presentation. This is for reference purposes. So, several years ago, a few of us traveled to the Dominican Republic and had a ball. For those who don't know, it shares an island with Haiti, known as Hispaniola. Yeah, as part of the preparation for the trip, I did some research. Back in the 90s, for some of you who may remember, HIV, AIDS, and malaria was rampant. And even though we were staying on the other side of the island in the Dominican Republic, research indicated we should get malaria shots, which is exactly what we did. Thank you, University of Maryland. Needless to say, no one contracted malaria, and it's still one of my best vacations ever. Here you go, folks. As Uncle Benny told us, and I mean our founding father, not the dude on the rice box. This quote right here pretty well sums it up. Be prepared. Last month, Honey and I went to Cancun with another couple. Had a great time. I told y'all I'm a beach bum. The husband from the other couple had sent me an email a few weeks before we got there to find out our plans. Did we want to do excursions, go shopping, sightseeing, etc.? Well, y'all already know I am a what? Beach bum. So that means my plans were already set. I was going to sit on the beach, play in the water, and sample the resort's hospitality. And that is exactly what yours truly did, hence my tan lines. We've all been on those trips, folks, with groups of friends. You know, the ones where it takes you an hour to figure out what you're going to have for lunch, where you're going to go tonight. You're wasting time and money. It's so annoying. When you don't plan, you waste time, and you usually end up settling for something you really didn't want. Remember, you have to make a plan and then work the plan. Getting ready for Cancun was an adventure in and of itself. Packing, getting passports, tying up loose ends, having the post office hold our mail, and so on and so on and so on. It was exhausting. Everything we had to do was important, and it all had to be done before we left. And let me say this here, if everything is important, then nothing is. So we had to prioritize what we really needed to do and what we could leave and just not get done. Honey had to get a new passport. That was a non-negotiable. Did we get to the post office to have them hold the mail? Nope. And it was okay. In the end, it simply wasn't a priority. For our lives, we need to figure out our priorities. We need to figure out what's important to us, not our families, friends, co-workers, or anyone else. What you focus your time and attention and resources on should be the things of the utmost importance to you and you alone. That's my bestie, Deb. Finding good travel buddies is tough. Debbie and I, though, travel really well together. We know each other's likes, dislikes, taste, and tolerance level. She's a fellow beach bum and enjoys getting her vitamin D, as I do, the natural way, sitting in some sand with waves lapping on our toes. Sorry, I went somewhere for a second thinking about Dominican Republic. I'm back now. In the same vein, though, folks, finding good people to bring into your life is tough. With social media, many of us have the truly false, really false sense of hundreds of friends around the world, and that just isn't the case. If you take nothing else away from today, take this: your real and true partners in your life will be the ones who support you online and offline. Think for a second. Who are your tried and true ride or die partners? Ooh, cake. This is a tough one for a lot of us. As Americans, we have certain expectations, and many of us take these with us when we travel, especially outside of the US. Oftentimes, we need to be reminded, just sit back and relax. No worries, man. Patience is referred to as a virtue, and it has taken me decades to understand why. When we are truly patient, we release our expectations and the anxiety that comes with them. We become present in the moment and accept the moment for what it actually is, not what it coulda, shoulda, or woulda been. Oh, we have a bonus. We have a bonus. I have a surprise P for you. Can I get a drum roll, folks? So got to work on my production team. Perseverance, folks. It's the last P. Never, ever, ever, never, ever give up. The only person who wins when you give up is somebody else. Be like Mike. Well, folks, these have been the P's that I've learned while vacationing and while living. Purpose, passion, preparation, planning, partner, priority, patience, and perseverance. Live the P's, be the P, experience the P. So now, folks, it's time for the Q&A portion of the program. So place your tray tables in the upright position and hand your trash to the attendants as they make the final pass through the cabin. And don't forget to type your questions in the Q&A box. So let's see if we have some questions today, shall we? Oh, okay. First, how do you discover your passion? Great question. A lot of us don't necessarily discover our passions as much as recognize them. Unlike Christopher Columbus, who got lost and landed, he didn't discover it. We need to kind of get lost in ourselves and land where our passions are. Honey is a musician. He's been playing for as long as he can remember, and he can't imagine doing anything else. It is what he lives and breathes. For many of us, that is the passion. It's that thing we would do whether or not anyone paid us for it. It's the thing that brings a smile to our face when we think about it, and we get energy from it while we're doing it. While we're expending energy, it's simultaneously giving us energy and life. So that's how you really recognize your passion, the thing that you do and you're like, oh, God, I want to do this forever. That's it. Next question. What should you do after your plans failed? Plan again and keep planning. No, seriously, in all seriousness, learn why your plans failed, whatever went wrong. Learn the lessons. Learn the lessons and don't repeat them, and then plan again and get moving. There's a reason, especially in technology, why there are why there are alpha tests, then beta tests, then full launches. In alpha, before they even got to the alpha stage, there were plenty of failures along the way that developers learned from. Then they launched the alpha. Those of us who are users complain. They fix, relaunch, then they have the beta. We complain some more. They fix, relaunch, boom. We have products that we still complain about, but they're better than the original ones. So the only failure truly is giving up. Next. What's the difference between preparation and planning? We actually had a discussion about this when I was putting the presentation together. Plans are made up of things that you've prepared for. So I did the research about the malaria shot. I did research at the Department of State website, Dominican Republic website, and so forth and so on, travel websites, to see what we need to know going there. So I did all that kind of research and preparation so that when we made our plans, we knew that we had to schedule in time to go get our shots. And then you actually need 2 shots. It's a first shot and then a booster. So we had to schedule in time in our planning to make sure we could go get the shot. So the preparation is the research before you actually get into the plan. Next question. What motivates you to persevere? That's actually a personal thing. For me, I'm just a wee bit competitive. Would you say so, Ron?
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah. Need a new production team. Anyway, I'm a wee bit competitive. For some people, it is the feeling of accomplishment. There are people who run marathons knowing they're not going to win the marathon, but they do it for the feeling of accomplishment, that they attained this goal, that they've done something that less than 5% of the people in the world will ever do. That's a huge accomplishment. There are some people who just won't give up. That tenacity, that perseverance in them won't let them fail, won't let them stop, won't let them not keep trying until they get it right. So it really is something that it's an internal drive for most of us. Then there are others who just keep going because they're getting paid to keep going. Next question. How do you prioritize what is most important if everything is important? Excuse me, I've got to get a sip of water, sorry. Okay. Everything that's a priority is important. Everything that's important is not a priority. The distinction is things that are priority, let me back up. The distinction is things that are important. If you don't do them, you won't get hurt, you won't hurt anybody else, it won't cost you any money, and it won't be detrimental if you put it off to another day. Things that are priority, if you don't do them, can cost you money, will cost you time, can cause physical, mental, emotional harm in some way. And so priorities must be done. You got to eat. You have to have sustenance. You have to have water. Those are priorities in life. If you don't eat, if you don't drink water, you will die. Simple fact. The difference is it is important that you drink water. The priority is drinking water. The importance of whether or not you get 6 to 8 ounce glasses of water every day is the difference. I hope that's clear. If not, send me a tweet at Shannon Renee and I'll help you out. Ron, I don't see any other questions and it looks like we're about to close up on time. So is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Well, great. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for our very first Tips in 20 in 2016. Yay!
Woo!
Okay. Anyway, McKinney Associates has practiced public relations with a conscience for more than 25 years. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SlideShare. And don't forget to visit our website, mckpr.com, where you can sign up for our monthly newsletter and find out what we're doing here over on K Street. Again, I'm Shannon Mouton Gray. Thank you for joining us, and be on the lookout for information for our February Tips in 20, 10 Tips to Mastering Small Talk. Woo-woo! See you on the interwebs.